So, folks, I have been a co-host on the line now for several months, and I'm really excited to finally begin presenting you guys different conversations that I've had with callers into the Transatlantic Call-In Show, which again is a show hosted on the line. All of you should go check out the line. You can find a link to go subscribe down in the description, as well as links to their Patreon and their merch store. Go check it out. It's really fun. People call in, and specifically on the show that I'm on, but there are many others that you can check out. People call in to ask about trans issues and talk or debate about trans rights, trans people, and also to learn. So you never quite know what you're going to get on this show, and I'm really excited to be a part of it, and also to finally have a way to debate or interact with people who have different ideas from me in a little bit more of an equal footing. So I'm not just yelling at commenters or yelling at chatters anymore. Now it is, in fact, talking with and debating ideas with people who are actually talking to me. So check it out. It's really, really cool. Go check out the original episode if you want to see it all in full. And also, every Thursday, the Transatlantic Call-In Show is on live. So you can also call in if you have an idea you want to run by the co-hosts, or if you want to debate a different thing. Whatever you want. But it is live every Thursday. Go check it out. It is really, really fun. Link down to the original episode as well down in the description. And I hope you enjoy.
Eric, you are live with Arden and Jack. Hopefully the delay isn't too bad because it might impede our ability to have a conversation, but we're going to give it a shot. So you're live. What's going on, Eric?
Not much, and if the delay is too bad, I totally get if you can't do the call for your show.
Yeah, at worst comes to worst, I think if you pitch us your question or your topic here, we will answer it offline without you on the phone, and then you can listen back and call in next week or something.
Okay. Yeah, well, I was calling in response to what you mentioned last week, the 4% that I don't agree with the Republicans, but I definitely don't agree with the Democrats on it. And, I think I have an opinion that probably most Americans share. And you guys, I'm sure, won't. But, I do think it is where common ground could be found, whether people are willing to meet there or not.
Okay. Give it to us. What's going on?
Oh.
Oh.
Sorry, I feel like you're saying something.
Nope. Go for it. Tell us what your position is.
Okay. Well, the first one would be absolutely no surgery, no hormones, no medication for anyone under 18.
What is the limit of that? Specifically trans stuff, or are there other surgeries and medications for minors that you're also opposed to?
Well, this is where we're going to probably parse definitions of what you consider medically necessary and what other people like myself consider to be cosmetic. But yes, I would say, just to skirt the argument of nose jobs and boob jobs, no cosmetic surgery whatsoever for any minor, only medically necessitated ones.
So I guess we have to kind of come to an understanding about what exactly is cosmetic and where medical necessity comes in. Like, if somebody is going to not be alive due to changes that their endogenous puberty, their natural puberty is going to put them through, and without some sort of medical intervention would consider killing themselves, that to you is just cosmetic and not medically necessary?
No, what that is to me, and I am sympathetic to it, but what that is to me is emotional blackmail. To just say, if I don't get my way, I'm going to unalive myself, and it will be salt because they didn't do what I wanted.
So it's not saying because you didn't do what I wanted.
I don't.
It's saying they have a specific situation going on, right? Where we have a whole body of evidence. Every major medical organization in the U.S. agrees about the necessity of gender affirming care.
No, they don't. They don't all agree on that.
They absolutely do. The major associations in the U.S. definitely do agree on the efficacy of gender affirming care anyway. That's just true. I mean, you can say that like Sweden doesn't or whatever, but I said the major medical organizations within the U.S.
And are they lying?
This is. I don't think that they're, unbiased. I mean, there's a lot of money that goes into medical study. There's a lot of influence, and you're qualifying it with, well, there are major medical organizations. There's
like the Endocrine Society, the American Medical Association,
whatsoever.
the American Heart Association, the American Psychiatric Association, the American Association, or is it the Pediatric Psychological Association? Pretty much everyone that you trust for pretty much every other like major health condition that Americans face, who issue the same opinions and guidance on those surgeries. You take their word for all of those, but just not on the gender stuff.
Well, first of all, you don't know if I take their word for all of those. Like I said, that they are corrupt institutions, not overall, but there is corruption because money is involved in it. And so,
can I ask?
No, I don't take their word about everything. And also, if I would
ask again.
Sorry, what did you say?
Can I ask who is corrupting them, in your view?
Well, they're whoever groups are financing these studies, and it's not like exclusive to progressive causes. It's the Heritage Foundation can do this for things they want to come out right wing. It's I don't want to get into sourcing everything I say. We really can if you want, but could you repeat the question? I got a little off track.
Well, I guess I'm
What
just
was the last
curious.
question you asked?
I'm just curious about like who's financing the corruption of these major.
Yeah. Well, like I said, special interest groups that finance studies they want done.
Do you have
for
specifics?
results
I don't really care about vague. I don't care about vague generalities.
Happens.
I would prefer you give specifics if you're going to make a claim like that.
Yeah, like which ones? Like not an abstract. Like what groups are you talking about specifically?
Well, then I can't name one because I didn't think we were going to go down the weeds about this specifically.
But have you found one before? Have you ever encountered a group like this, or are you just going off of vibes here? Because it sounds like vibes so far.
No, I've seen plenty, and I typically see them for more right-wing causes. But I'm saying that it's something that affects
you're asking
all of it.
About
if
what
you've seen
organizations are corrupting the major medical institutions in favor of trans people.
I told you, I can't
and if you
name
said
one.
You've seen plenty,
I
it should be easy to come up with one.
Yeah, I just want one.
I'm not just going to take your word for it, bro. Like, if you're saying there's plenty of them that are influencing things, you should have some example.
No, I didn't say plenty about trans. I said plenty about just
the organizations influencing
studies.
Research. Yes, I understood. You said plenty of organizations are corrupting the research. And I'm saying if it's plenty, that means several at least. Give me one example.
Okay, well, we're getting down the weeds of the first thing that really isn't too related. But if you just want an example,
you made a specific claim. We're just trying to make sure that you're not talking out of your ass because hold on, Eric.
No.
Here's the problem. You can call it getting in the weeds if you want. I'm trying to suss out if you are a person I should take seriously. Because if you're just a guy with opinions based on vibes, I'm going to be honest, I don't give a fuck about your opinion. You're not a doctor as far as I know. You haven't presented any evidence. You're just saying there's corruption and there's like organizations corrupting it, man. That's all I've gotten so far. And I'm willing to hear you out and trust that there may be something like this going on. But I need some kind of specifics, not just your vague generalities.
And the issue here, Eric, is that you're naming one organization. I need to get this thought out. You're naming the Heritage Foundation, which is doing stuff that is completely unrelated to like what is happening with the major medical institutions of the United States. And so when you are making claims that all of these organizations are secretly biased by corporate money, I
did not say all.
No.
You're misrepresenting what I said.
Please let me finish this thought, Eric, because the majority of medical institutions in the United States support trans people. And part of the issue that we're going to run into here is that you want to like dispute the medical necessity of these interventions, right? And part of the problem is that's predicated on your argument that all of these institutions, or most of them, or a handful of them, are corrupted by some nebulous pro-trans lobby that wants to trans the kids. And I want to know, who are you talking about? What is your evidence for this? Because it affects the argument that you want to make down the road about whether or not these things are medically necessary. Because your argument's going to be that they're not, because these institutions have all been corrupted by money somehow. And I just who's making up the big trans lobby here that you are thinking is biasing the research and findings of these organizations in favor of the medical necessity of trans people?
Can I respond?
Yep.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so first of all, you have paraphrased what I said to take it into a different meaning, jump conclusion on based on how you've framed it, and now you're asking me to respond to things I didn't actually say. I never said all. I never said there's some shady group. And also, I did answer your question when I said I don't have a specific one to give you right now. And
if you don't have a specific one, then I want to throw out this argument entirely.
Can I finish?
No, because if you're saying you don't have an example of evidence of the statement that you're making, then I have no interest in this argument, because that is therefore become just your opinion. And I'm sorry, but unless you are the head of one of these major medical organizations and you are citing some sort of evidence, I don't care about just your opinion. We're talking about medical necessity for entire populations of people, and the consequences of that are massive. Even if it's a small percent, that small percent of 300 million is a lot of fucking people, and their well-being also matters. So I'm sorry, but I don't care about your vibes about the corruption of academia. I'm sure there are some examples of corruption in academia we could point to, but you don't have anything. Yeah. You came here saying that there's something, and you don't have any examples?
Because this is like a tenth of what I called about. I didn't think we were going to go down
Well,
this
I'm sorry
path.
You stepped in the shit right at the beginning. That's not my fault. That's yours.
Well, because honestly, can I respond to what you're saying?
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay, I don't see how you saying, I'm using nebulous terms when you come back and say, almost every major has said almost all this, almost always. I mean, do you know how many medical organizations are there that you can make this
here we go. Ready?
That most of them
you want the specifics? Buckle up, buddy.
Them all?
Yeah, buckle up. Buckle up, Eric. No, okay, I'm going to mute you because you asked me to name them and then you kept talking. So buckle up. The American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry, the American Academy of Dermatology, the American Academy of Pediatrics, the American Academy of Physicians Assistants, the American Medical Association, the American Nurses Association, the American Association of Clinical Endocrinology, the American Association of Geriatric Psychiatry, the American College of Health Association, the American College of Nurses and Midwives, the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, the American College of Physicians, the American Counseling Association, the American Heart Association, the American Psychiatric Association, the American Psychological Association, the American Society of Plastic Surgeons, the American Society of Reproductive Medicine, the American Urological Association, the Endocrine Society, Federation of Pediatric Organizations, the GLMA Health Professionals Advancing LGBTQ Equality, the Journal of the American Medical Association, the National Association of Nurse Practitioners in Women's Health, the National Association of Social Workers, Ohio's Children's Hospital, the Pediatric Endocrine Society, Pediatrics, Journal of American Academy of Pediatrics and Seattle Children's Hospital, Texas Medical Association, Texas Pediatric Society, the United States Professional Association for Transgender Health, the World Health Organization, the World Medical Organization, the World Processional, the WPATH again. So there you go, specifics. See how easy that was? I said it, and I can back it up.
Yeah, am I still muted?
Nope.
Yeah, so thank you, ChatGPT, for the list. And if
Not
you think
ChatGPT,
20 or so
that's called
medical
knowing how to Google and knowing how to back up what I fucking say. Nice try, though.
So
nice
you
cope.
think 20 or so?
Really good cope at trying to deflect from how much I obviously just
You're
blew your
talking to
ass
yourself
out
at
of the
this
fucking
point.
water.
You hear like you hear the beginning of what I say, jump to a conclusion, and then argue with what you assume I was
I don't
going
have to jump to a
keep on saying.
conclusion. You say
your
something,
argument.
I call you out and ask you for specifics, and you say, I can't do it. Then you say, well, you're using generalities too. You can't cite specifics, and then I cite specifics. I'm calling you out on specific stuff.
Okay. So you think the 20 that you named is the entirety of medical organizations in the U.S.?
They compose most of the medical recommendations for most of our American medical procedures. Yes.
Okay, so let's parse that. So the university or the hospital of Seattle and a couple random ones from Texas. So we're going to include all 50
listen, I prepared
states
for this. I knew
potentially,
you were going to
but
fucking do this.
You have just,
you're so dishonest. I'm muting you again. I knew you were going to do this. I knew that I was going to list things like the American Medical Association, one of the largest medical associations within the entirety of the US, and you were going to focus on the Seattle one. I fucking knew it when I was going through that list, and I almost didn't list them specifically just to deprive you of that. But the difference between us, Eric, is that I'm actually fucking honest. And when I say medical associations support what trans health is doing, you want to focus in on some bullshit like this. Again, these are major medical associations, most of them, that inform most of the medical guidelines that are enforced within the US.
No, the fact of the matter is,
yes,
you read a list
you
that
can say
confirms
no,
your
but
bias,
you're just
and
wrong.
then you're saying that it's almost all of the medical organizations in America, and it's not even. It's
sure the
it's
organizations
like,
no. See, I don't have to treat you with respect or dignity or fairness in this conversation because you're so full of shit. Bias. These are the same. Listen, my partner had a triple bypass surgery about 3 years ago. You know who informed the guidelines? Who informed the evidence where those surgeons knew how to take the vein out of his leg and graft it into his heart so he wouldn't fucking die? The American Heart Association, the same one that endorsed this organization. And by the way, this is not an appeal to these organizations. These organizations are making statements in defense of healthcare based on the evidence. If you have evidence of their corruption, I would love to hear it.
Well, tell me the evidence, please.
No, I don't have to give you every evidence. You are coming here saying you have a claim that you can support, but you can't.
Actually, I can. You asked what I think about underage trans people hurting themselves. Okay, you don't. I don't. Yeah, I'm totally willing to continue this call, but it seems like you don't want to hear anything I have to say. You're like I say, you interrupt everything and then you jump to a conclusion based on something I wasn't even going to say.
Incorrect things 3 words into your fucking sentence. I'm not just going to let you spout out your feelings about gender affirming care and the corruption of the medical association without correcting you.
Oh.
Cope, laugh all you want. Everyone in the chat sees what a fool you are.
The entirety of the American medical consensus.
Most of it.
What is the biasing factor here? I want to know what organization is biasing the American Medical Association. Who's paying them off, Eric? I just want to know. You say they can't be trusted. Why?
I've answered this question like half a dozen times. I've already told you I don't have an example to give you. I didn't think that this was going to be.
Like,
I
who
didn't understand what
specifically
you're
is
saying. You're
paying
both
off
talking
the
at the same time, I
American
think.
Medical
What?
Association? Who's paying off the American Medical Association, Eric? You're
Did
the
you
one
say-
saying that that's the case.
I don't know how many times I have to tell you the same thing. I don't have an example offhand to give you that.
Cool. Call back when you do.
You guys can
call back when you do.
Sure,
I don't care about your vibes,
money doesn't
Eric.
corrupt anything in these institutions.
I don't care about your vibes, Eric. Call back when you have some specifics and something to actually back up the bullshit you say. I'd be happy to talk to you again if you bring some specifics. I don't care about your vibes and your opinions.
No, you wouldn't,
cool.
because you
cope with it all you want.
I didn't say any of my
when you ask for
vibes and my
facts, I
opinions. And actually,
bring facts.
The question,
When I ask
cool
for facts
if
from you,
I'm
you
not the
bring
one-
your vibes. Ha ha ha! Cope more. It's embarrassing. Chad's laughing at you.
okay, yeah, you two are the angry ones.
Oh, give me more.
No.
Yep, angry. Yes,
You
I'm
are
very
the ones
angry.
getting angry about this.
I'm
You
so
have
angry.
a wonderful
I'm furious.
imagination.
Yeah, you're
I
both
wish
talking
you
over
could
each
do
other and
something
yelling your
better.
voices.
Wow.
Excuse what? You guys keep talking at the same time. And I can't hear what you're saying.
The delay
Okay.
is killing this conversation.
Bye, Eric. He just got fucking clowned on so hard and was coping. Honestly, I wish I bullied him a little bit more at the end there, because I was starting to have some fun, but it's so funny that he's like, oh yeah, really? Medical associations? Prove it. I give him a long list. I didn't want to go through the whole list, but I knew I could, so I did it. And then he's like, well, you do the same thing. You don't have evidence. Bro, I can back up the shit I say. If you give me time, I know what I'm doing. I can find anything that I say. I will always back up my claims. Mm-hmm. You had nothing. You had corruption is happening. There's some, I've seen several organizations corrupting medicine. Prove it.
You know, I can imagine corruption happening, so it must be. Like, no, you gotta find evidence for your claims. It's not, like, I'm not asking for a whole lot here, but when your argument is predicated on the idea that you can't trust these organizations because they're fully corrupted by money, then I want to know where the money is coming from. Who's doing it? And like, bro couldn't name one. He said he couldn't name one, and he continued not being able to name one and kept trying to be like, well, the Heritage Foundation corrupts organizations. Like, yeah, but that's not what we're talking about. Like,
and if anything, every corruption that they've done is to attack trans people, to attack trans medicine. They hate trans people. Their Project 2025 wants to associate being trans with pornography and to ban pornography and make it criminal. Like, they're not doing anything to help me. I would love to know these lobbies that are making the trans healthcare so good for us when trans people are losing rights. Democrats are caving on trans rights, giving away our access to spaces and sports and things like this. I would love to know why these organizations that allegedly are corrupting things in favor of trans people suck such monumental donkey dick that even our biggest defenders are turning on us. Sounds like we have the worst lobbyists on the face of the planet.
No, but they're able to trans all of the kids everywhere, especially in Seattle. So really, if you think about it, they are the most powerful lobby. And it's just like, but who are they? Because I have been on the internet long enough to know that when guys like Eric talk about they, it usually connects to something pretty bigoted in some direction. And
George Soros or some fucking nonsense, yeah.
Yep. Well, that certainly was a time. And I just want to remind you guys to check down in the description below for links to the original episode, links to the line itself if you want to subscribe, and you should. And also, remember, leave a like on this video, as well as the video for the actual episode, which, again, link down below. And comments also really help. So leave a comment here, leave a comment there, leave a comment everywhere. And also, check out their merch, Patreon, etc. Really cool to be a part of this project. And I hope you enjoyed it. Let's keep on going. And I'll see you next time.
Riverboat Jack is coming to town. All the viewers gather round. Twitch Widget, YouTube, and swishy streams. All that content is bursting the seams. Politics, gaming, and plenty more. Your sense of fashion, you'll adore. So grab your stuff and hop aboard. We're going straight to Jack's Discord. Riverboat.